guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Grace. Thank you for always clicking on my beautiful face. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. Please do me a favor, take 1 second, go to the like button, like it. Have you done that? Go to the subscription button, subscribe, go to the notification bell, turn on the notification bell. Have you done that? If you've done that, come and take a hug. Thank you so much, my loves. And if you're a returning subscriber, you are the main G. I'm so happy, I'm excited to have you back on this channel. You know the vibes already, and if you don't know the vibe, you're trying to find out now, you're in the right place. Without further ado, let's jump into the reason for today's video. Today's video is about how I manifested my CGPA. I would first be taking you guys through my mistakes, the mistakes I made, and how I overcome that. And we are here today with a banging GP. Okay, CGPA, but short form GP. Many people may not know what CGPA means, but I'm going to be telling you the full meaning of CGPA. It's a grading system in which universities use to grade their students in awarding their students. In my university, our grade point ranges from 1 to 5. My university is University of Nigeria, Nsukka, by the way, and University of Ibadan, their grade point starts from 1 to 7. So guys, different universities with different grade points. Mine is from 1 to 5. If you are on a 4.5 to 5.0, that is a first class. If you are on a 3.5 to 4.4, that is a 2-1. And if you are below 3.4, I don't know the rest, but if you are below 3.4, that is a 2-2. And that was where I was on maybe 2.5 or thereabouts. I was so low, guys, and I'm going to be telling you how I navigated my way from that grading point to a higher one. Stick with me, guys, and enjoy this video. First, I'm going to start with the mistakes I made. Coming to the university, I came to the university with little or no expectations. I don't know why it was so, but I think it was because I applied for medicine in University of Jos, and I wasn't given medicine and surgery. That one was just something that just made me feel so less concerned about academic, because my passion was to become a medical doctor. Okay, but I wasn't given admission, and the whole thing brought my morale down. And when I got admission, I wasn't even interested in anything. Like, I just came to school like everybody would just come. Something picked me up, and it was the church, because I was a Jesus girl from home. That was the place. They just grabbed me. Like, I had friends that were into it also, and I began to do the things of the Lord. Okay. Mind you, I'm not saying doing the things of the Lord is a mistake, but I'm going to be explaining to you guys what I did that wasn't supposed to. It was how I did it that wasn't supposed to, and you guys, at the end of this video, you would understand better from my points. So I began to do all of those church activities. I went for several programs. My spiritual life was on 100%, because I would wake up every night to pray. I had fellowship. I enjoyed fellowship with the Holy Spirit. Those things were new to me, were strange, because I had just started knowing about them. I was listening to my mentor, Apostle Joshua Selman, always my mentor. Even though I made some mistakes, just focused on the spiritual aspect of life. I wasn't even focused on my academics. I barely go for classes. I missed a lot of classes, and I'm careless about them. Okay, so those were my mistakes. Going from the mistakes I made, I'll be telling you how I retraced my step back to the right place. The first thing I did was setting my priority right. Okay, I made education the first on my priority list, because I am first a student. That was why I came to the university, to like put academic on the top list. I went to God, because when I saw my results in my first year, it was woofing, very, very bad. I had a lot of D's and E's. I I wasn't happy. I was like, what happened? And then I went to God, because that was the only thing I knew. Talking to my father, because I told you, like I told you earlier, I was in 100% with my relationship with God. I enjoyed every bit of that time, and I won't even regret it, because God's mercy is real, guys. So I set my priority right. I put education, I wrote it down on my journal. I said, Grace, your academic, you are paying attention to your academic in this your second year. And guys, that's how I started tracing my step back. I prayed, and God led me to the book of Daniel, and I began to study what it means to have the spirit of excellence, the great things Daniel did. And I decided, by the help of the Spirit, to go in some of those things. I fasted and prayed. While I was fasting and praying, I began to get clarity over a lot of things I was supposed to do as a good student to graduate well. God began to lead me to people that had great CGPA, and I drafted what I want to graduate with from the University of Nigeria. I drafted it down, and I told myself I was going to pay attention to my academics, and I told God He was going to help me. And yes, did He help me? You'll find out at the end of this video. So guys, was how I navigated my way, set my priority right. I'll be going to the second point, which is balance. Because I want to do my academic doesn't mean my spiritual life would suffer. Yeah, I planned out a time for my spiritual life. I planned out a time for my academics. Not before, I told you I don't used to attend lectures. God, let's not talk about it. I began to allocate time. I wrote out my timetable, and I was intentional. I was attending every class. No matter how late I go to that class, I will run to the front. No matter how crowded the class is, I'll run to the front. I'll beg my colleagues. I'll tell them to help me. Let me squat with them. Some of them will be like, oh, you cannot stay here, you have a big but guys, no matter what, all of that, I still managed to be in the front. My colleagues can tell I was always sitting down in the front. No matter how late I come for that class, I would try to find my way to sit in the front, because I can't be in a class and not hear what the lecturer has to say. And after every class, I try to visit my book, not more like studying, but like I try to glance through whatever I've been taught that day. This was as a result of my priority that has been set. I began to place balance. When it's time for the spiritual aspect of my life, I go for it. I faced it squarely. I don't let anything get in my way. I just tried my best to balance my time. That was what helped me. So guys, the other thing I did was discipline. I disciplined myself. This discipline, you have to do it right to be able to succeed. You have to do it to become what you have written down. If not, all those things will just be mere write-ups. Okay, so I disciplined myself. When it's time for my academic, nothing there gets my way, nothing there gets in that way. I have to focus on my academic. When it's time for my spiritual life, I wake up and I do it. So guys, that was how I started navigating my way. When it's time for exam, I read my books. I began to find people that were always in class that could help me in my academics, that could explain things that I don't understand. They would put me through. I'll go on my own and study. I deleted any app that was a distraction to me. Instagram was a distraction to me as at that time. I could go on and on Instagram 2 hours. I deleted Instagram. It pained me, but I had to do that because my distractions can wait. But my goals, time is ticking very, very, very fast. Even the Instagram, how many followers do I have there? I mean, it was something I had to like place on hold. Education was my priority, and I have given time to it, and I will focus on it because that's how I'm going to get a good CGPA. From my second year, I saw a better result compared to my first year, but it wasn't good enough for me to graduate well. So in my second year, I started a business, and it was also getting along. It was like trying to drag me back, but I had to retrace my step and still learn this balancing of a thing. I balanced. With that, I was able to manage all of those things. In my third year, I got a better grade, and in my final year, guys, I was already a pro in balancing things, and I was so disciplined. If it's time for education, I'm going to do it squarely. If it's time for spiritual life, I'm going to do it squarely. So guys, I would like you to know that whatever you set your heart to do, you can do it. As at my final year, I think that was when I had the best CGPA. I had a 4.5 CGPA. I mean, so that means I could have done this anyways from my first year, but no, it happened in my final year. Getting the total CGPA has to be adding your first, second, third, and final year divided by 4, I think, to know what you are graduating with. Even though it is not yet official, I had, guess what, a 2-1, and I'm so excited, and I give it all to God, because it wasn't even easy. But seeing how far I have gone through all of this, and seeing how far God has brought me, how far He has taught me, all the experiences, I am happy. If not for all these experiences, I wouldn't even be here. And to say that I regret my first year, no, I never regretted my first year, because my first year was the year that set me on the path of destiny. Things I got from my first year are the things I'm holding on to now, are the things that I am still running with. So guys, I'm here to tell you that you can set your life in a way you want. If you're seeing your life going in another direction and you want it in this direction, the things you need to do is just to set your priority right. Self-discipline. Whatever you have written to do, face it squarely. If you don't do it, it will just be mere write-up. So try to set your priority right, get yourself together. You know you have to do this thing. If you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. So I hope this video has been able to help those in the college. I hope this video has enlightened you enough to be a better version of yourself, to do whatever you want to do, regardless your situation, regardless your past failure. Get yourself together and become a better version of yourself. It might not be only in the aspect of your grades in school. It can even be in your business. It can even be in getting something little as a task done. Discipline is paramount. Balance is paramount. Priority is paramount. Last one is pray. Pray for God's mercy. I can't even remember the number of times I cried to God to help me, because I stopped calculating my CGPA from my first year. I was just banking on the mercies of God. Preachers will come to my fellowship, they will tell us story on how people were on this particular CGPA and God overnight changed it for them. I would say mine was a miracle, because if you know the department I graduated from, you can tell that it's a miracle to have a very low CGPA as mine and still graduate with a strong 2-1. I am so excited that I did all of that by the help of God, and my final year was the best for me. That was like my changing point. I balanced everything. I even had to do a job. I had to do a job a day to my project. I had to also do a job a week to an exam I had, and that was still the year I had the best grade. Can you imagine that? Nothing suffered, because I had mastered the act of balance. So guys, I hope this video is helpful. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. So please comment. Let me know what you learned from this video. Let me know what you would be doing. Let me know any other contribution you have to contribute to other people. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching this far. Thank you so much, guys. Bye for now. Guys, if you have not liked my video, like it. If you have not subscribed to this channel, why? Please subscribe. Thank you, so that you keep seeing this beautiful and amazing face. Bye. Let me do my thumbnail first. I want to post for my so guys, today Today 3.4. No. Please